going on, people? I got a chat box. I always like writing something in there. Some sniper rifle. How about one of those? Sniper rifles. XD. Oh yeah. OMG. My goodness. Oh my good golly. Golly good graciousness of the golly goodness. Alright, so here's what we're doing. I gotta add a tail to this. There's really not much of this to draw. I said stream this because it'd be short enough for me to finish it within like a short amount of time and just hang out and just talk. Really just here, listen to me talk. What to do, what to do, what to say, what to do. That's pretty dope. I pretty much a piece of advice to you know, not like chop apart pictures and chop them back together, and but you know, like I think it looks really pretty, you know, and at the end of the day, you know, it's still me putting them together. Like I still have to recolor and retrace these like pretty little coloring books, and you know, it's a hobby. It's not exactly what I thought that I'd be doing with it, but here's what my idea was. I told myself, I'll draw some art, and when people catch on to what I'm drawing, maybe I could start animating, and when I have an animation, I could add original music to the animation, and people would be like, oh, like, what a cool cartoon that I like to watch because I like to watch cartoons. So as they're listening to the cartoon, or as they're watching the cartoon, then they hear the music in the background, and they go, well, that's a pretty cool song. And then they associate the music with a cartoon, and so people will start listening to the music too, and be like, wow, this is like actually kind of nice music, because they tuned into a cartoon. Because nobody was listening to my music. My music's not very good, but it doesn't have to be, you know? Sometimes I like music that's bad. Sometimes I like a lot of things that are bad. Like tying belts around your leg. Like, who would do that? Somebody did it. I don't know why they do that. Seems like every time I sit down, I lose circulation in my legs. I was born with a spina bifida occulta. It's a condition in my tailbone where, and on an x-ray, instead of being a cup-shaped tailbone, it is a heart-shaped tailbone. So, oftentimes I'll sit down and my legs will just get so tingly and numb that when I try to stand up again, I am just completely unable to walk. So that's a thing. And especially if I wear a belt.
God damn it, Pine Tree. I told you never to come back here.
So I'm thinking that I would totally rock a pair of pants like this if they didn't have all belts on them. Like them punk pants where they got all the patches and all the zippers and all the where it's got the plaid. I should have put the plaid on here, but I thought, well, you know, that'd have been too like gnarly to try to draw that, you know. Which like I didn't even hardly draw this at all. It's really just tracing, but tracing and recoloring. But you know what I think would be the hottest pants in the world? Are like them Jim Morrison pants where you got the leather pants, you know, and whew, man, those would be like just sexy on me. I'd wear them. I'd rock the shit out of those. I'd be like Gene Simmons or Twisted Sister. Like, I think that'd be hot.
That is fine fish. Anyway.
I'm gonna need a private place to record at some point in time, but I think that you know, you won't get another chance to get like, you know, background extras and like, you know, it's like I get free extras just all the time. But you know, such is life. I don't even know what I want to do with these boots, so.
Hey, Big Daddy.
Hey, whoa, get the fuck off of me, bro.
What are you doing?
I'm drawing, and I'm really busy, too.
What are you drawing?
A pair of boots. You, want to give me, like, a little bit of space? You know, I am kind of, streaming online, so. I bet there's probably people, like, hacked into my camera that they're just probably just, like, watching, yeah, like, just hovering over me, just being, like, a freaking weirdo, being all like, hey, look, like, there's some weirdo in the camera, you know? Like, it's not even being streamed on my account, but it's like, I feel like I just get, like, spoof bombed. I just spoof bomb, like, I don't get no watches on my videos, and, like, people know what's in them. It's like, but then again, you know, I don't know anybody, and I don't know anything.
Sadie animals. Cats. She's a cat? He's a Chewbacca. Yeah, you're a jackass.
We know you're a jackass.
I used to love the boots I had.
Watch this.
That's
The turkey. Right. You trying to get more chairs.
So, like, what if I took it upon myself to do something original with my life, you know? And then everybody took it upon themselves to be like, I want to be like him. And if I didn't even realize what I'd done, but it just happened. And it just happened like everywhere, anywhere, anytime I was doing anything. It's like, just always happening. And I think, you know, it's really not because of like what's going on around me, but I think it's because actually of me, just the way this energy that I just have this natural attraction.
I really do not want to get slapped for what I'm saying.
It's like a type of magnetism, you know. I've had this theory about the vortex.
I'm not trying to make anybody.
And, you know, I don't know if anybody else knows about the vortex. But I remember one time I was talking to one of my buddies, and I was like, bro, you ever feel like there's like this vortex energy that, you know, is just like swirling and it's just like consuming everything and it's just like all around and it's like omnipresent and, you know, it's like it's there and, you know, it's like alive, like you're part of it and, you know, it's like it's part of you, you know, and, you know, everything that everyone's made out of is like we're all made out of one giant vortex of a ball of fur. We're all just one big, you know, a fur pile of beings that are just combined in a vortex of a vortex.
I just took over the plane. Made it pass into the wall. Go! What's that tattoo?
Yeah, I'll tell you something that happened. It was vortex related. I was playing guitar. I was walking to the beach. I was playing guitar, walking to the beach. I thought I was at the beach because I saw the water running, you know, under the bridge. I thought, well, maybe if I just follow where the water runs, it'll just take me to where I want to go. And of course, it didn't. It was like a straight, like a drainage, where it was a place that, you know, I had passed by more than once on the way going to the same place. It's like, and that's the craziest thing too, you know, like if you go to a place you've never been before and you like take a route without ever knowing how to get to where you're going, I feel like sometimes I'll take like the same exact route, going to the same exact places unintentionally, without knowing, you know, that, you know, what it was ahead of time. I'd forgot where I was, but then I'd reappear in a place that I was before, not knowing how I got there the first time, reappearing there again the second time. And I'd think to myself, I'd be like, you know what? I've been here before, and I don't remember how I got here, but I was here. And I'd pass it again, and I'd say to myself, I'd say, I remember that. That's the strangest thing sometimes. But I get, you know, you could like go places and things could happen in places that you go. I'm just using all pronouns, so I'm just going to tell you this story about what happened on my way to the beach. So I was playing guitar, okay? Because that's something that I do, and I know that's something that everybody already knows. Like, oh yeah, he does it for a hobby. But it's not just a hobby, like it's a lifestyle, So I was playing guitar. I was walked down to some drainage ditch off of some shortcut, some bridge, or some place that I was going to, and I didn't know how I got there, but I was there again. Or no, I think it was on the first time, and I passed it again a second time, and I remembered the last time that I had wandered out into this field. And I didn't know, like, what to expect, like whether there was something that was going to appear on the other side when I entered into this forest. But I took it upon myself to be like, well, I have a guitar, and this guitar is just my passport to the world. So I took it upon myself to just aimlessly walk out into this big irrigation field that, I don't think was not actually being used for any type of, it was just wild, undeveloped land that was just in the region. And I just wandered out, probably into a national park, probably a place that, it probably would have been posted to be like, like no trespassing, but I'm just like, I'm a wild animal, or a furry. So, like, I didn't notice, But, but yeah, I walked down to a gun range, actually, and I think I may have actually been, like, on the wrong side of that gun range, to where, like, they were, like, firing down range, and I was walking out on, like, the wrong side of the range. And so I was downrange from them, I think. Or I could have been. I may have not have been. But I walked out of this field, finally, after, like, getting freaking lost in the freaking, like, the tallest grass in the world. And mind you, there's, like, insects in there, like, they're just, like, not very friendly. So I'm not going to think about that. But them bugs be like, what? You don't know what could be in that field. But I was out there. This guy was like, hey, Sonny, like, do you know where you are? I was like, I have no idea where I am, sir. It's like, well, you're on a gun range. I was like, oh, I did not mean to, trespass on your gun range, sir, but, I'd appreciate it if you could point me in the right direction, because I'm lost. He's like, oh, well, that's simple, you just follow this road over here, and it takes you back to, like, civilization. And so he didn't offer me a ride or nothing. He was like, hey, like, want some water? I was like, yeah, I could use some. So I'm walking back to civilization. I'm passing by this farm, okay? And it's a farm. And they got, like, all these cows. They're caged up behind the cage. And, I'm walking, like, real slow because I've been walking for days. I'm tired. And I got some water, and it's hot. They had a sprinkler. I was like, ooh, that sprinkler feels good. And I've stopped and just been chilling in an irrigation sprinkler outside his gun range next to his farm. And there's a whole field of cows. I'm playing guitar, right? And, so I'm chilling, right? And the cows, they, like, start walking up to me because I'm, like, I'm trying to, like, pull all the stickers out of my shirt and, trying to kind of clean myself off with the water and, just drink the water and just chilling off for a second. And I'm playing guitar, and these cows, right? They, like, start walking up to the fence, and they're just, like, listening to me playing guitar. And, like, first it was just, like, one cow, and then I was like, oh, cool, like, cow's, like, listening to me playing guitar, like, he's, like, cool, and he's chilling, like, it's, like, a friendly cow. And then, like, first it was just like one cow, and then like another cow like walked up while I was doing that. It was all like, oh, like it's like playing music. I think I'll listen to it. And so it like gets all close to the fence, and it's just all being like all friendly to me, like all looking at me, like, you know, it's like flicking its ears, and you know, it's doing the things that cows do, you know, just being very cowy, you know, cow like. And so yeah, like, so it was the one cow, and the second cow came up, and then another cow came up, and like another one, and I noticed that, like, as I just kind of kept playing guitar, because I figured, you know, I was like, maybe I'll play like one song to these cows, and then, you know, I'll like be on my way. But then like I started walking away, and like at this point, you know, after I played through a song, it wasn't just one cow or two cows or three cows. Because first they started coming up like one by one and two by two and, you know, like three by three. But then they started coming up, you know, like a whole horde of cows. Like all the cows that were in that, you know, cage were like all pressed up against that fence. And I started walking away, right? And they started following me. And I was like, holy crap, I'm like getting followed by a horde of cows right now. This is insane, right? And so I'm like, all right, these cows are following. They want to hear an encore. So, you know, I stop, and I'm like, you know, I keep playing guitar to the cows, and you know, they're just standing around just listening to me playing guitar. And you know, and these people drive by, and they're like, hey man, like, what are you doing? Like, are you lost? And I told them, I had to explain to them, I'm like, well, the thing is that, you know, I was lost, and, you know, they told me which way to go, and I started playing guitar to these cows here, and they started following me, and I didn't know what to do, because, you know, like, these cows don't have people to play music to them every day, and so, you know, I just figured that I would just keep playing guitar for them because, you know, they seem to, like, really like my music for whatever reason. And they were like, hey, bro, like, well, do you want to ride? And I was like, yeah. Are you kidding me? Of course I want to ride. And so they gave me, like, a ride to Jack in the Box. And I was like, thanks, bro. You know, like, you know, they bought me a couple bucks and stuff too, but I couldn't believe that I walked out on the wrong side of this gun range, and then I had just gotten like after wandering into like an irrigation field and getting lost trying to go to the beach and being like all covered in plants and shit, and you know, like being a wild animal, just being like, I'm just gonna go wander through these bushes, like, you know, that's some like, you know, like your dog, you know, like when your dog is when you don't put the leash on your animal, or you know, you leave like their thing open, and they go wandering off, and you know, you try to look for them, and you're like, you know, you like think they might be romping around in some like wild area, you know. That was like me. Like I was like straight lost, like a wild animal, like in a straight up jungle. Like I did not know what I was doing in there, but I was there, you know. And I passed by the same place again too, and I was like, why is it that every time I go out and I get lost, it's like the same kinds of places just kind of reoccurringly attract me to where it is that I'm heading. And that's what I was talking about. The vortex is that there's like there's like energy about places and people in those places that have the energy that those places are like made out of, that, you know, attract you to, like, you know, to want to go places and to want to do things, and that, you know, and that somehow I think at some point in time during like one of my meditations where I'd like tapped into, you know, rewiring my brain to be like this artistic person at some point in time previously, back when I was into that stuff, you know, which I was at one point in time, that you know, that somehow I think I tapped into something a little bit deeper than just like them, you know, like hypnotizing myself to be good at music, but to also like recognize, you know, like what people in the music industry are like, you know, what they're listening to and how to make something that sounds the way that something that they would like to listen to. This is why I think that, you know, the way that I've just been playing music that was on a radio, because I knew that it would be something that, you know, people would like to listen to, you know. And it was, you know, it used to be a thing in town where, you know, if I play like an open mic night or something, you know, that's not really a big deal, you know, but there'd be people to where, since I'd be playing songs from a radio, I'd go down to like where all bars and coffee shops and stuff were, and you know, they'd be singing along with me because it was the music that, you know, like I would listen to what all the other locals were playing. I would listen to what's on the radio, and then I would just play music to sound like them. And people would be like, "Oh, this song sounds so familiar. I can sing it together with you." And then we would be having this amazing time because we were doing something together that, you know, like I was playing a song that they'd heard before, and they liked that because, you know, that was something that they could sing to it too, you know? And I feel like doing that is like the largest amount of, you know, the maximum of, you know, performing that, you know, it wasn't about getting up on stage or like in front of a microphone and doing it for an audience. It was about doing it like with a friend. And, you know, for me to just do something that they recognize and for them to like be able to enjoy it enough to where like, even if like it was a person that, you know, that they didn't play an instrument, but they knew the song, they could still sing to it, you know? So it's like, then we'd be doing it together. And so then I'd know that I was doing it with my friend, and I just felt so good because I knew that I was doing something that we could do together, you know? And I think that's why the same thing with what happened to the cows kind of happened to the people in town too, is that, you know, it wasn't just animals that did that. It was like my friends too, you know? Like I remember one time I was coming back from like the church that we were at, and I was riding my bicycle and I had my guitar case, right? My buddy's like riding his skateboard, and we had like a whole grip of people. Like we had like 4 bicycles and like 7 skateboards, and like it was insane. Like we had like 13 people. Wait, no, we had like 11 people just like riding down the street, you know. And I'm like riding my bicycle while playing guitar like at the same time. And it's just like insane because here I am, I'm like riding down the street, and it's just like a whole grip of heads, you know? Like we literally blocked like a whole entire lane of vehicles that are just driving. Like they'd not be able to drive because there wasn't like there'd be like 2 lanes, but they'd have to take the other lane because like all of our skateboards and bicycles and like it was just like, oh my god, look at these eyeballs. Eyeballs. Ah, what is it looking at? It's frickin', it's frying balls, man. It's like it's out of its mind. Holy wowzers. Alright, I gotta draw a tail on this. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So yeah, like I was like, people are animals too, you know. But that wasn't the thing. Is that I'd noticed that like when I'd play guitar like that everybody in town knew to just kind of come hoard around me and come hang around me, because you know what it was. You know what they knew that I was good for is that I was gonna make some money from playing guitar, And then I was gonna take that money, and like the first person that I ran into, that we were gonna go to the ice cream shop, and go get some goodies, because who doesn't love getting some ice cream? And I was like, yo, we could have like this ice cream party together, and we could just buy ice cream like every single day. And everybody wanted to get dibs on getting to me first, so that they could maximize the amount of ice cream that I would share with them. 'Cause I'm a very generous person. I just love to have ice cream parties. I like to eat ice cream every day and every night, and like I like to wake up and just have a bowl of ice cream, and everybody'd be like, man, like I wish my friend would treat me to ice cream sometime. And you know what? I was that friend that was like, I don't even care who you are. You're hanging out with me. So today we're going to get some ice cream. And that's like what we were doing. Like every day I would go out, and my objective of the day was to just be like, well, let's find somebody to hang out with, and let's get some ice cream. And if I did that at least once a day, every day, if I play guitar, I made a few tips playing guitar, and I got to go out and buy some ice cream with a friend, like treat my friend to ice cream. I like felt accomplished with what I was doing for the day. But it's like, you can really only, like treat your friend to ice cream every day for like so long before people are like, hey man, aren't you like pretty much like a young adult or type deal, to where it's like, aren't you a little old to be eating ice cream? And I mean, honestly, if you ask me, I'm like, bro, you can never be too old to treat your friend to ice cream. Like, there is never going to be a day where somebody's going to be like, hey, bro, you want some ice cream? And I'm going to be like, oh, no, like, I got to go to my job. Like, I got a family to take care of. So, so now that, I can't afford to be a furry, that I can't, like, you get what I mean? Like, I just want to be that person that people can rely on, to know that, every day all I want to do is I just want to draw cartoons of people with, holding sniper rifle ice cream scooping guns, that like you put the ice cream inside of a sniper rifle and you just blast it straight into their mouth, and people just have explosions of ice cream, of a delightful milky wonder, that you're like, just be like, I'm gonna take this ice cream rifle, and I'm just gonna shoot you straight through the heart with my ice cream, and you're just gonna be like, wow, I can't believe that I could be so in love with eating ice cream. Alrighty then. Well, yummers. I think that's just about done there, huh? So, how about we get some ice cream sometime? Alright, cafeteria is going to close in another 10 minutes, so they don't got ice cream, but they do got fudge. So I'm going to go get that. Some chocolate melt. And just be chilling. I go on a diet And I exit school. Oh yeah, school's ending for me soon, about June 20th. So, I mean, if you don't know, now you know. I am gonna be back to ice cream hunting any day now. I just don't know. I just can't trust that anything that I have is real or that it'll last for any much longer. That I'm just gonna get, you know, sniper ice cream to death. It's like they got me in their crosshairs, and now they're gonna ice cream me to death. Oh, you know what? I gotta add the ice cream to the tail. Ice cream tail. There we go. Alright, that's better. And then undo and click and thingy. And then click and the thingy. And alright, and save one more time and it's done. Alright, I gotta go. So yeah, ice cream. Yeah, I forget how that was related to how a horde of people on skateboards and bicycles just listening to me playing guitar. But you know, like, you know, if it wasn't for the fact that they were just all following me around because I had like that real calmness of the animals, or the gathering of the animals, that they gather around me because I'm like friendly and I have the music, and they're like, I like his music. And I do something that they relate to, and they kind of feel like they know me, so I'm playing the music that they like. So I think I ought to do that again sometime. I'll have to do this again sometime, alright? So, if you're here, let's do this again some time. Ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream. Yeah, scream. We all scream for ice cream.